What's up, guys? Oh, wait, no, I'm not King Daddy D-Mac. Anyway, so, of course, I'm still editing my other series, and as I mentioned in my previous video, that's going painfully slow thanks to a very laggy and temperamental editing suite, which is why this is another unedited video, but I didn't want to leave you guys without content. And I had a cool idea, more of a realization. So this is actually an update on a previous video of mine, back when I was calling my tutorials the redstone. I taught you guys how to make a simple multi-input AND gate, which, to review real quickly, is this thing. And what it does is it takes multiple inputs, and the output is on only if all of the inputs are on. So any combination of these won't do anything. That's the output, by the way. Turn that on. No combination works unless they're all on, and then the output is on. And just a quick review, the way that works, these inputs turn off these torches, which turn off this line only if they're all off. If any of these are on, which means at least one of the inputs is off, they'll power this line, which turns off the torch, and the output turns off, right? So simple. But what I realized was that this is not very stackable. You know, it's very small. It's one wide, not counting the inputs, but it's not stackable. And it's because of the inputs that it's not stackable. So if we look over here, the most we can stack this to is 2. We can have 2 multi-input AND gates of this design next to each other. And we do that by putting a 1-block gap to separate these lines from each other, and also the outputs. And then we put the inputs for one on one side and the inputs for the other on the other side. If you tried to put a third one, there'd be nowhere for the inputs. You would be able to do it, but only if you space these out ridiculously long and put the inputs kind of sticking in the middle. It just wouldn't be very good. It's not stackable at all. And stackability is important when it comes to redstone, especially when it comes to basic gates like this, because a lot of times what you're going to do is combine components. People make entire computers in Minecraft with that that process, that principle, I guess I should say. But if you can't stack them together, then you can't really do more than one process at a time without having massive contraptions. So stackability is important. So what I realized today is this can be made stackable by modifying it a little, by turning it 90 degrees and making it flat. So here is the new design. So it works the same way. You have the inputs turning off torches, and all the torches are powering one line, which depowers a single torch as your output. So it works the same way, and if we look, oops, gotta get lower, no combination turns them off until they're all off, or they're all on, then that line turns off, the output turns on. So it's the same principle, and it's the same thing, basically the same design, just turned flat. And because it's flat, it required a little more space in this dimension. So it is longer. But the benefit of doing it this way is it's now vertically stackable to infinity. And I want to show you a little example of that here. So this is 2 of those multi-input AND gates stacked up on top of each other, and they're both completely independent. They don't interfere with each other at all, and they're only 2 blocks tall each. So if we turn on this and this and this, then we end up with an output down there, because that AND gate is saying that this and that are all on, but this one stays off. If I flip all of these, and only if I flip all of these, that one turns on. And then of course I can go here and turn one of these off, and that one will turn off. So you get this nice 2-block tall vertical stackability by just taking the original design that I had and turning it flat on its side. Now of course that original design would be stackable if we could do vertical redstone on walls, but we can't get on that Mojang. But yeah, so this is the design, and I'll show you how to build it by building another layer onto this one. So first thing you want to do is make sure you have a platform for your inputs. So oops, can't do it that way. Let me do it this way. In this case, I'm doing a 3 wide, 5 long, but of course, like all of my multi-AND gates, these are infinitely extensible. You can put as many of these torches for as many inputs as you need and just extend it out that way. The only thing you have to worry about is the length of your line here. So if it's more than 15 across and this last input is off, so it would turn it on, it won't register that. So just between these torches here, you want to put repeaters pointing towards your little middle block here. So for example, if this were more than 15 long, I'd want to take a repeater, replace these middle pieces that aren't connected to any torches with a repeater here and a repeater here. And that would solve the problem by boosting the signal from every torch right to the middle. Of course, it doesn't matter in this case because it's not more than 15 long, so I'll put that back. But yeah, that's the only consideration. Otherwise, it's infinitely extensible. So in this example, I'm just doing 3 inputs, so it's a 5 by 3. And the 3 wide here is obviously just because my switches are 3 away from the gate, and that's also up to your design. So we build a little platform, and we put our redstone torches for our gate off on the side. Not every block, but every other block on the side of our platform. We put our inputs, and they must go on top of that block so that they will depower that torch when needed. And then our inputs themselves, that's our input line, and our inputs themselves are here. And that is one thing to be careful about. You want to make sure that anything strongly powering these blocks only does so up to your inputs here, not above the line. Because for example, if I had an input, up here, this is going to strongly power this block, which in turn is going to power the line below. So if I turn this off but this on, then they're going to interfere. So you want to make sure that anything strongly powering blocks, so that would be repeaters, switches, levers and buttons, that is. I think that's it, really. Repeaters, and comparators. Comparators leading into blocks, repeaters, levers, and buttons. And torches. So really anything that would power through a block, do not put above your other redstone lines. You're going to want to just run a redstone line only above those. So you can put your source over here somewhere and just run a line down. Yeah, so that's our platform. And then you want to make sure that you put the next block right here, which is 1 block below your platform. And if you're doing this on the ground, this will be the ground block, so you won't have to worry about that. But for every layer above it, you have to make your own ground, I guess. So yeah, so this is the ground block. But do not do that. I mean, yeah, no, don't do that. Because then this torch below is going to power that block, and you're going to get interference, so don't do that. So leave a gap 1 block wide. And then 1 block below your torch and 1 block out, you want to build your redstone line. And this is the part that combines all of the torches. And then you just put your redstone line here. And remember, if it's more than 15 long, then in between each of the torches, you want to put a repeater facing towards the middle. And then you want to put another block here with redstone on it, and then you want to put a block up here and remove this one. I guess you could technically have that there It doesn't really matter. I just think it looks better without it. That way you can easily see the division between each AND gate. And then the output here, well, the output torch. And then you just want to build yourself a little platform. Again, 1 block out so that you don't get interference from the torch below. Oops, not there. 1 block out so you don't get interference from the torch below. And then, extend your output however far you need. Oops. Yeah. So what I mean by interference is, let's say I have this, right? If I did that, oh, I guess it doesn't interfere the way I thought. I thought that torch would power this line, but it doesn't. Oh well, I still like it better without it. I like it better with that gap there. Either way, it works. So yeah. So then you could stack this up infinitely, have these inputs coming in from whatever you want. I guess you could even, it might be a little weird to do, you might have to do a little snaking, but you could even have the output of one multi-AND gate wrap around to the input of the next level up and sort of do sequential logic that way. So yeah, this is just an update and an improvement on my previous multi-AND gate design that now allows infinite stacking. And it's 2 wide infinite stacking, which is actually extremely good. Yeah, so that's it for this episode. And again, I am slowly but surely chugging along editing my other series. And when it's done, you guys will know because it will be up immediately. Yeah. Let me know what you guys want me to do about the episodes, because like I said in my previous video, the new series first episode, I ended up recording like an hour of footage, an hour and a half even maybe. And so it needs to be cut down and split up into multiple episodes. But because of the wait, I was going to do it 1 episode a week, and it would last like 3 or 4 weeks for the first intro. But because of the wait, I was thinking maybe I would just cut it into multiple episodes and then just release them all on the same day, one after the other. So you guys let me know what you want. If you want me to put all 4 videos out the same day as soon as it's edited, or if you want me to release 1 a week for 4 weeks. So that way it's more like a series. And then when it becomes a series, I'm definitely going to be doing it once a week. So yeah, so that way it'll be consistent. So what do you want? Consistency, or do you want to be impatient and get them all at once as soon as they're done? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Again, subscribe, like, share, do whatever it takes to let me know that you actually like this. Just comment if that's all you want to do. But if I don't know that you like it, then I'm going to assume you don't. So let me know with numbers and comments. And yeah, until next time, keep redstoning, keep building.